And here we are, Myriad four-time
with Myriad.
Either or. Maybe the glasses or the goggles are throwing me off a little bit.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
we have a special segment today, which brings us here with our awesome helmets and goggles. Anna, what did you just get done doing?
I was just out in Park City, Utah, skiing and with Jared. Yay! It was a blast, and we're going to talk today a little bit about one of the tenets of CrossFit is learning and playing new sports in the aftermath of us being out there skiing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you want? I was going to say,
I'm
you want to take
my goggles up.
Take the
yeah.
goggles up? Oh,
goggles
with
are going up.
normal light.
Yeah.
So yeah, talk to me a little bit about like what it means to you to play new sports, try new things, do different things outside of just your fitness schedule.
So I think what it means to me is that like our fitness has a purpose just beyond being fit. It's awesome to front squat a lot of weight and do strict pull-ups, but I think it's even more fun when you get to put that to practice in terms of doing sports and living life. When we were out in Utah, it was just really fun to be outside, be on the mountain, and even though I ski maybe once a year, feeling fit enough, strong enough to be able to continue to do that sport. And I think that's what, to me, that tenet means is being able to use your fitness for more than just fitness for its own sake.
Totally. I feel very similarly about that. I started actually snowboarding back in 2010, 10 or 11. No, it must have been 2010. And then did that for a couple of years. Same thing, just went like once a year or whatever. Didn't really know what I was doing. Fell, hurt a lot. And that was kind of close to the beginning of my CrossFit journey as well.
Yeah.
So I was able to just kind of get out there and do it, which was pretty cool. And then about 5-6 years ago, I decided snowboarding wasn't necessarily for me, so I switched to skiing, and mostly because, as we talked about, like when you go skiing, you can just ride right off the lift and go right into the mountain. Whereas if you're a snowboarder out there, I don't mean to attack you right now, but you take so long at the top of the mountain to clip in, clip out, get ready, be at the top of the incline so you can roll down. Calling out a few friends specifically who know I'm talking to them right now. But yeah, being able to go out and use what we do daily, boot camp, CrossFit classes, yoga, to then go out into a mountain and ski for 3-4 days is awesome and tons of fun. And is also a brand new challenge, which is something you've been skiing. You've skied when you're...
Yeah, I learned to ski when I was young, so it's not technically a new sport for me, but I did take like a long 10-year break before kind of coming back to it in my late 20s. And again, similar, have done CrossFit throughout that whole time frame while I was on a break from skiing and jumped right back in without any issues, much better than I expected to. And definitely believe that my CrossFit background and CrossFit skills helped me with that transition back to skiing in recent years.
Something I wanted to hit on was just doing what we do, like fitness, and having that as a huge part of our life has also helped from like an injury prevention perspective.
Totally.
Whereas like we actually just had a member come through and mention that she used to ski, but also is afraid to get back into skiing because she doesn't want to hurt herself. And I think that's something that CrossFit, boot camp, yoga can help you with, is by moving your body daily, you're preparing yourself to be able to do these new sports. It doesn't just have to be skiing, but new sports in general. It's going to allow you to be prepared and get after some of these sports, which I think is really, really fun too. I mean, myself included, I took quite a few falls when you ride with some advanced skiers and some advanced people on the mountain. And yes, I was beat up and I was a little sore, but I probably would have been 10 times worse if I wasn't active and doing what I'm doing on a daily basis.
Yeah, I think the other thing that's fun about sport is it does get your body moving in different ways than we do in the gym.
Different sorenesses.
Yeah, as much as we do a variety of things in the gym, whether you're doing boot camp, CrossFit, yoga, there are some things that we don't touch on as much. There's not as much lateral movement, cutting, we jump, but it's a little bit different in how you're jumping and landing out when you're playing sports. A lot of rotational movement is a little bit different. Explosive movement is slightly different. And that's one thing that I love about playing sports is it's just adding variety to my life. That's one of the reasons that I like working out in the way that I do is I get bored very easily, and adding in other sports that I play, whether it's soccer, pickleball, slow pitch softball, that didn't go great, but playing different sports is just another way to add variety to my life, and I really love that.
Yeah, I was going to add to that in a sense of, Caitlin, my wife, has just recently, 2 years ago, picked up tennis, and something she never swung a tennis racket in her entire life, but she started to slowly learn how to do that, and worked with her friends, worked with a coach, and now she thoroughly enjoys playing tennis. And so my big thing with that is, age isn't a limit.
Yeah.
Time in your life isn't a limit. My mom just started playing pickleball, and she's never played pickleball before, and just started a couple months ago. I'm sure a lot of people have similar stories there. And it just is a ton of fun to be able to use our fitness levels to jump into those sports. I signed up for a Tough Mudder this year, which is completely new to me. I've done one before 10 years ago, but it is a new type of activity, right? Just started golfing again a little bit more 2 years ago, and that's been fun as well. So something you and I have talked about a lot as of late is CrossFit boot camp, yoga. That's good for our general GPP overall fitness, but also there's a world where not getting too sore from doing that to where you can't play your sport. Can you touch on that a little bit?
Yeah. I think it really just depends on what phase of your life you're in and what you want to focus on. But if you are someone who's, training for a Tough Mudder, or you're getting really into tennis, you may want to change a little bit of what you're doing in the gym. So if I know that I have a tennis match on Saturday, then I might take Friday off from the gym, or I might go to a yoga class so that I feel fresher for that tennis match. And I think it's really okay to listen to your body and listen to your goals and your priorities, and shift a little bit what you're doing in the gym to best align with what you're doing outside of the gym. And that's definitely something that I've done in the years that I still play soccer. So I'm very aware of, what kind of fitness I'm doing the day before the day of times when I have soccer, because I don't want to feel really, really sore in my legs when I'm about to play a sport that I love.
So you're not going to do Hidalgo on the day that you have 1 or 2 soccer games that night?
No, that sounds like a very bad plan and bad idea. Thrusters is one that I always try to leave out if I'm going to play. The other thing I was going to say is, we get people a lot in the gym who maybe didn't play sports growing up, and I think it's really awesome. I've seen people who come to sports later in life, whether that's in, solo sports like golf, tennis, or in team sports, joining rec leagues, playing soccer, dodgeball, softball, and being really happily surprised by their ability to pick up those sports later in life, when they maybe never thought of themselves as an athlete before. And I think that's a really cool thing to see, and again, a really cool way to see how what we do here in the gym can be used in different ways to enrich our lives, which is really what I want people to do.
I agreed, totally. And to take that even one step further would be those with kids, those with, building families. For your children to be able to watch you play those sports, I think is a huge piece to the puzzle of what they're going to want to do in their lives as they grow up as well. And same thing like the kids when they come to the gym and our family move class, and just getting them to visually see their parents and their parents' friends engage in activities that are bringing them joy, well, then they're going to see that can bring them joy as well as the younger youth. So that's
I also think some of my core memories growing up are my parents going out and kicking a soccer ball with me, even though neither of them played, but they gave it a shot and played with me as I was growing up and falling in love with that sport. So that's another thing, if my child wants to participate in the sport that I didn't play in, I want to be able to be agile and figure it out and kind of do it with them a little bit.
Totally.
So.
I was just teaching Ismay how to ride a bike yesterday, and it didn't happen on day 1, but it might happen on day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5. But it's all a progression as we go through. So we're done. Thank you all. Go out, do something different, play a new sport, throw a ball, kick a ball, ride a bike, ski a mountain, do something different. Let us know. Tag us. See you then.
Bye. Oh.